Okay, hi everyone. Alex Duwad, as mentioned, CEO and co-founder of 30K. I see a lot of familiar faces here today, so apologies. It's going to be a little bit repetitive, so let's look at some new stuff. Market statistics. So IATA recently conducted research with 60,000 travelers, asking them what is the first reason for choosing an airline. And 13% of them mentioned the frequent flyer program. Now this ranks actually more than or higher than the most convenient schedule. But similarly, AA reports that half of their revenue was produced by 13% of travelers, and an airline economist recounts that the top 8% of travelers, the frequent flyers, make 40% of the trips. Now put all of this together, and this category of travelers add up to more than $200 billion of airline revenue. And that's even without considering the fact that there's more than 500 million frequent flyer programs active in the world. So the flight shopping experience, though, is mostly a one-size-fits-all type of thing. And that's where 30K comes in, and this is where things might be a little bit repetitive for you. So your average designed flight comparison website would integrate our APIs, and quite simply what we do is that we display the frequent flyer miles, elite qualifying miles and segments as well for each one of the flights. What you can do as a user is you can select a frequent flyer program. In that case, we would be highlighting the flights that would be eligible for earning to your program and which ones would not, quite simply. We also allow you as a user to connect your frequent flyer account, and what we do then is that we'll retrieve your balances and statuses into the flight shopping experience, and this allows us to do some cool stuff. We can not only show you miles, we'd also show you the proximity to the next status level, to rewards. We'd show you which fares are upgradable, which ones are eligible for status benefits like lounge access, free luggage, and so on and so forth. And using this data, we can start personalizing recommendations. What's actually the best flight for you based on your profile? And storing all of this data provides a big data opportunity for airlines to maintain loyalty and increase profitability, for the OTA and Meta to increase conversion and whatever they want to do with monetizable data. And so as a company, we have 8 contracts that are going live in Q3 and Q4. And I think that we might be up on time, but I can't see because it's a black screen. I'll be happy to take some questions.
So I get that it tracks your you select by the number of frequent flyer miles you get on each flight. Does it track the balance of the individual users and tell them how close they are to their next level?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So do you envision allowing airlines to competitively match status? So like I recently went to Delta, I go on their site, they match my United status. Is there any way that you can help identify that and make it more within the booking flow?
Absolutely. So what we're building is a 360-degree profile of the traveler from a loyalty point of view. Are you a member of AA, Delta, and United at the same time? That would basically verify that you actually hold a specific status with a competing program.
But are you allowing the airline to dynamically match?
Not us, but we can provide information that there's a status held by a competing program, not necessarily mentioning names.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the thing that I did with Delta took me 5 weeks to happen.
Right.
If it happens when I'm searching on a flight, it could be a lot more dynamic.
Right. So basically where we want to go with this is ultimately that these type of campaigns would be automated, and the next time you come to the website, those would be activated and displayed to you. So it's definitely doable.
Quick question around the data that you gather, because it's very good information to know across all programs who those people are. How do you go around the data privacy issue?
On the one end, we would need to have appropriate privacy policy and terms and conditions in deep detail, obviously, and the user would need to consent to these. If the user doesn't consent to these, then we cannot access it. But we want to show the user what the value is.
But do you ask them today to agree to terms?
Yes, absolutely. They would need to do so. With regards to airlines, there are some legalities with the 3 American ones, which makes it a little bit, it takes a lot longer time for us to get there with the top 3 American flag carriers. But as far as everyone else in the world, we're working with them, we have this functionality.
How do you make money?
We charge OTAs and metas based on transactional API calls. So every time a user conducts a search, our servers are invoked, we calculate the miles and benefits and charge accordingly. And then we have some fixed fees and some revenue share based on some additional products that we have as well.
How much data entry do you require on behalf of the user for you to be able to serve them?
Very good question. So in the beginning, we want to onboard them step by step. The way that this presentation was built was, in the beginning, we didn't know anything about the user. Then we asked them to select the program, and finally, if they're convinced by the value, they would actually connect their accounts, keep it all in one place, and we would personalize the search.
Got it.
So it's a UX challenge, really.
But a user could potentially not provide you with any data and still benefit from this?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.